modern football, careers are often measured in short bursts. A player rises quickly, reaches the peak, and then fades as younger stars take over. Very few athletes manage to remain relevant across multiple generations. Even fewer continue scoring goals at the highest level well into their late 30s. Yet that is exactly what Edin Džeko has done. His story is not about flashy skills or endless headlines. It is about persistence. It is about surviving wars, overcoming setbacks, adapting to different leagues, and refusing to let age decide when his journey should end. While football fans celebrated the careers of Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and Robert Lewandowski, Dzeko quietly built one of the most remarkable longevity stories the sport has ever seen. What makes his career legendary is not just the number of goals he scored. It is the fact that he kept finding ways to matter year after year regardless of where he played. Born in Sarajevo in 1986, Džeko's childhood was unlike that of most football stars. While many future professionals grew up dreaming about stadiums and trophies, he spent part of his early years living through the horrors of the Bosnian War. The conflict left deep scars across the country and created enormous challenges for countless families. Football became more than a game. It became an escape. Even as a youngster, Dzeko showed determination that separated him from others. Coaches recognized his work ethic, but few imagined he would become one of Europe's most consistent strikers. In fact, many youth coaches initially doubted whether he had the technical qualities needed for elite football. Those doubts followed him into his early professional career. When he joined clubs in Bosnia and later moved to the Czech Republic, he was far from the finished product. He was tall and hardworking, but not yet the lethal goal scorer the world would eventually know. Instead of becoming discouraged, he treated criticism as fuel. That attitude would define the rest of his career. His breakthrough arrived at German club VfL Wolfsburg. Under coach Felix Magath, Dzeko transformed into one of Europe's most feared forwards. The 2008-09 season remains one of the greatest campaigns in Wolfsburg history. Alongside Brazilian striker Graffite, Dzeko formed a devastating partnership that shocked German football. Wolfsburg were not considered title favorites, yet they surged past traditional giants and captured the Bundesliga championship. Dzeko scored goals in every imaginable way. Headers, long-range strikes, poachers' finishes, and powerful runs through defenses became his trademark. Opponents struggled to deal with a striker who combined physical dominance with surprising technical ability. Suddenly, the football world was paying attention. Many players enjoy one great season before fading away. Dzeko did the opposite. He continued improving. His performances earned him a move to Manchester City during a period when the club was beginning its transformation into a global powerhouse. The pressure was immense. Expectations were higher than ever. Every missed chance generated criticism. But Dzeko's resilience once again emerged. During his time in England, he delivered some of the most important goals in Manchester City's modern history. While fans often remember Sergio Aguero's dramatic title-winning goal in 2012, many forget that Dzeko scored the crucial equalizer moments earlier. Without his contribution, that famous moment would never have happened. Time and again he answered when his team needed him most. Despite frequently rotating with other star forwards, he maintained professionalism and continued producing goals. Some players demand attention when they are not guaranteed a starting role. Dzeko simply kept working. That mentality earned enormous respect inside the dressing room. After England came Italy, where many believed his best years were behind him. Instead, he reinvented himself. Joining AS Roma presented a new challenge. Serie A was known for tactical sophistication and disciplined defending. Older strikers often struggle in such environments. Dzeko thrived. He became Roma's leader, captain, and primary attacking weapon. In the 2016-17 season, he produced one of the finest campaigns of his career, finishing among Europe's leading scorers. What made this achievement remarkable was his evolution as a player. Earlier in his career, he relied heavily on physical strength and movement inside the box. As he aged, he developed greater intelligence. He learned how to conserve energy, position himself better, and create opportunities for teammates. Rather than fighting against the aging process, he adapted. That adaptation is one of the biggest reasons for his extraordinary longevity. The best long-lasting athletes understand that experience can compensate for declining speed. Dzeko mastered this concept. Later, at Inter Milan, he once again proved doubters wrong. Many expected him to serve as a backup option. Instead, he became a key contributor for a team competing for domestic and European honors. Even against younger defenders, he remained effective. His movement was sharper. His decision-making was quicker. His understanding of space was elite. Football intelligence had become his greatest weapon. Then came another chapter that highlighted his incredible fitness. Most strikers begin winding down their careers in their mid-30s. Dzeko continued competing at a high level, demonstrating conditioning that amazed teammates and coaches alike. His fitness was never based on spectacular athleticism. It came from discipline. Throughout his career he maintained professional habits, paid close attention to recovery, and understood the importance of consistency. While talent opens doors, daily discipline keeps them open. That philosophy allowed him to extend his career far beyond what many predicted. Leadership became another defining characteristic. For the national team of Bosnia and Herzegovina, Dzeko evolved into much more than a goal scorer. He became a symbol of hope and pride. His generation achieved something historic by helping Bosnia qualify for the 2014 FIFA World Cup, the nation's first appearance at the tournament. For a country with such a complicated history, the achievement carried enormous emotional significance. Dzeko was at the center of it all. He embraced responsibility rather than avoiding it. Younger players looked to him for guidance. Fans saw him as the embodiment of resilience. That influence cannot be measured through statistics alone. Goals matter. Assists matter. Trophies matter. But leadership creates a legacy that lasts longer than any number. Perhaps the most impressive aspect of Dzeko's career is his ability to keep proving people wrong. He was doubted as a youngster. He was questioned when he moved to Germany. He faced skepticism in England. Critics believed he was finished before Italy. Yet every time expectations dropped, he found another level. That pattern repeated for nearly 2 decades. While football constantly searched for the next superstar, Dzeko quietly built a resume that few strikers can match. League titles, cup victories, European finals, international milestones, and hundreds of goals across multiple countries tell only part of the story. The deeper story is one of endurance. In an era obsessed with instant success, Edin Džeko became the ultimate example of staying power. He showed that greatness is not always about being the fastest, the most famous, or the most naturally gifted player on the field. Sometimes greatness comes from showing up year after year, adapting to every challenge, leading when others need guidance, and refusing to surrender when the world expects you to fade away. That is why Edin Džeko's career stands as one of football's most legendary runs. Not because it burned the brightest, but because it lasted the longest. And in a sport where careers disappear in the blink of an eye, surviving at the top for decades may be the greatest achievement of all. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos.